Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 47. And today we're going to be talking about how saying thank you for your time to a potential client when you go to see them can actually kill a sale. And we're also going to talk about how salespeople unnecessarily and business people unnecessarily subordinate their time and their positioning and their value. So we're going to be talking about that. Really looking forward to sharing that with you. But first, if you have got lead flow, you are sitting on unconverted clients and you want to convert more of those leads into sales, head over to johnblakeaudio.com and get your free audio training where I show you the precise strategy to double your sales with your existing leads. Sounds like a pretty far-fetched claim, but it is totally doable. Most leads are not followed up even nearly as often and for as long as what they need to be. So this is the same strategy that I start every single client that I work with. We go back to their existing database and we create a re-engagement strategy. And this delivers consistent results, has never failed every time I've used it. So head over to johnblakeaudio.com, download the audio training and the PDF companion guide where I actually give you the specific templates and the exactly what to say and exactly what to write in your emails and exactly the framework that you need to use to send those out, when to send them, how long to wait in between each communication. You're going to love it. johnblakeaudio.com. Righto. Okay, so episode 47, why saying thank you for your time can kill a sale. So I see this a lot. As salespeople, we unnecessarily subordinate our value in the sales context, in the sales situation. And doing so really harms our positioning, our perceived value with our client, our brand, and the perceived value of what we sell. It also harms our own opinion of our own value because that's also happening on a subliminal, subconscious type level. So we tend to undervalue what we do. You know, where we have it sort of drummed into us, you know, customer is king and the customer is always right because they're the ones that pay us. And these things are true to some extent, but our overall value in a transaction is often as high, if not higher, than the customer that we're buying from. I mean, after all, there are way more customers to sell to than what there are suitable businesses to buy from, let alone ones that offer great advice and great service. So a couple of really common phrases that business owners and salespeople tend to use that devalue their position in the eyes of a client. First one is, I'll just take 10 minutes of your time, or, thanks so much for your time, or, I'm just calling about, and there's no reason for it, absolutely no reason at all. So, I mean, you get the idea, we're making ourselves sound less important than the people that we are selling to. So I remember a conversation that I had with one of my early mentors when I sold Quicksilver and Rip Curl, and we were talking about a particularly prickly retailer who had a habit of speaking very rudely and abruptly to agents. And for a reason that I can't recall, I'd been on the rough end of one of this particular guy's rants. And I remember my mentor saying something that stuck with me and stayed with me. And he said, sometimes we forget that our clients need us as much, if not more, than we need them. Because, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, in that context, I was selling to retailers, in a wholesale capacity. But if you think about it, what would happen if there were no longer any vendors? It'd be pretty hard to run a retail store if all the vendors suddenly just went away, So, it's got to be an equal exchange of energy where two business equals meet. So our clients need us just as much, if not more, than we need them, but often we forget that. So, you might think, my business is so competitive, we have to try to sell every opportunity we get. And look, I agree, but you don't have to unnecessarily disable your chances before you even get the chance to have that conversation. So replace thank you for your time with, hey, great to meet you. You don't need to thank the person for their time. They could potentially be thanking you for your time too, right? But replace thank you for your time with great to meet you. Replace it'll only take 10 minutes of your time with the process will typically take us between 10 and 15 minutes. Is that okay with you? There are a number of other phrases and words that I've talked about in previous podcasts and overused cliches that you need to avoid at all costs in a client conversation if you want to improve your chances of starting and finishing a sales conversation that actually results in your client buying from you. So I urge you to think about this. Make sure that you understand that your time, understand your value. Understand that your time is as, if not more valuable than the person that you are talking to. Not to feel elitist or arrogant, but just understand that, your time's just as valuable. And I wish you luck with that. And I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker's Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies to maximize your sales process with new episodes every week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive free no-fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.